when we're put a bridle on a horse, what I like to do is rather than just unhook this bridle or on the halter, I like to untie it off the post first. Untie it off your hitching rail, untie it off your trailer, and so if you do have to, if the horse does take a step back, I've had horses where I took the halter off and they take a step back, and then I couldn't get the halter back on, and so pretty soon they just take another step back, and pretty soon you're out in the middle of the arena, and pretty soon then they'll run off with you. But if you can just kind of loosen it there, loosen that a little bit, you can slide it off their head like that, but still tighten up like that. Very few horses would I let the halter drop to the ground, because you never know if a dog's going to come around the barn or something, the wind's going to come up or a bird's going to fly out of the tree and scare the horse, and they'll start walking off. So I'd always leave that here, so at least you have some control over the horse. The next thing, you can put all bridles on the same way. The important thing is in cold weather in the wintertime, that you have a warm bit. Many of you have heard stories about licking the cold flagpole or licking the water faucet outside when it's cold. What happens is when wet skin touches cold metal, the skin sticks and freezes to that metal, and the only way to get it apart is to tear the skin off of your tongue or off of your hand. So if you're riding horse in the wintertime, make sure that bit is warm. You can keep it inside as long as it's not frozen. If it is get a little cool, you can put your hand on it like this and get that bit warmed up a little bit. If you can't touch it with your hand, then you darn sure don't want to put it in a horse's mouth. So make sure that bit's warmed up in the wintertime and it doesn't freeze and stick to the horse's tongue. The next thing is take your right hand and put on top of that headstall, your other hand kind of down here on the bit. As you get horses to take bits, many of them get to fighting their head, tossing their head. They just want to resist having a bit put in their mouth. They resist having a bridle put on their mouth. You say, that dumb horse. You've taught that horse to do that because you've either hurt their teeth, you've hurt their eyes, you've hurt their gums, or you've crumpled their ears. So we want to try to put that bridle on to make the horse stay happy, because I can go out and put a bridle on any horse that hasn't had a bit in his mouth, and they will accept the bit. They'll stand there, but it's many times we've trained horses to fight their head, and because we've hurt them. The key thing here is if we can get that over their head like that, then they can't turn their nose from side to side and get away from you. The thing is to kind of take your hand, put that bit between their lips, and then lift right straight up. Lift right straight up on that bridle, and that horse will accept that bit like that. He's happy, he's licking his lips, and so we've got it in his mouth. We didn't bang it on his teeth, so he's not going to be resistant to have the bridle put on next time because he has sore teeth. Next time we'll change hands here, and we want to get it over this eye and this ear we'll lean that ear forward, get it over that eye and ear without scraping or scratching the eye and crumpling the ear. Again, then we'll come back here, we'll lean that ear forward and pull that bridle over around that eye, and so it lays right there. And now we have that bridle on that horse. We've not banged the teeth, we've not scraped the eyes, we've not crumpled the ears, and either sometimes you can put a throat latch on or not. But that's kind of how to train a horse that's head shy, is to keep doing it correctly. If they do get head shy, then we just need to rub their ears more, rub their eyes more, and let them know that you're not going to hurt them. And pretty soon, if they are wanting to jerk their head away from you, by rubbing their ears, by rubbing their forehead, their eyes, their mouth, pretty soon they're going to realize that you're not going to hurt them. Okay? So we've got the saddle on, we've got the bridle on, the bit's adjusted properly, and now we're ready to see if this horse is ready to ride.